Hi everybody. It's been a while since I've posted an actual video up here on this channel aside from the stream. Although stuff has been going up on the other channels, which if you haven't subscribed yet, why not? But we'll get into that in a minute. I just wanted to give everybody a little update on what the hell's been going on with the videos that are on this channel and point you in the direction of the other stuff I've been doing and the general plan. Because there is a plan, it's just a matter of getting the time to do everything to execute that plan. And right now, that plan requires a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff and not a lot of actual content being put up on this channel, aside from the Saturday Supercade stream. So this video is going up for you. Some of my Patreon backers have known what's going on. I've mentioned some stuff that's been going on in the at the end of the Saturday Supercade streams recently, but I figured I'll just throw up another video here for everybody else who might be subscribed but isn't part of the Patreon, doesn't watch the streams, whatever. So, this is the plan. Currently, if you don't know, I have 4 channels running at the moment, because that's the way YouTube works now. It sucks, but there it is. This channel right here is never going to be able to be monetized. Ever. It just isn't. Because of the way that the older videos were formatted, the old Into the Idiot boxes from back when I first started, when the clips were running for minutes, literal minutes at a time, and a bunch of other stuff, and some of the things I've done on the streams, and music I use on the streams. And up until recently, that really hasn't bothered me that much. It's like, fine, whatever. You want the money? Fine. I don't care as long as people can see stuff. And yes, I'm aware there are some videos which still can't be seen. I just haven't gotten around to doing the copyright thing on it. Like, for example, the Frights Camera Action episode of Escape from Monster High is currently blocked. It needs to be fixed. I haven't had a chance to really get that back up to, but I get that back to a point where it's visible, at least. But we'll figure it out. We'll get it figured out. I just have to take a day at some point and just go through all my videos, find what's got copyright blocks, and adjust accordingly. Some do, some don't. Most of them are just minor blocks, but they're like regional blocks, but they're all in the United States, which is where the majority of my audience is, so... So anyway, yeah, so this channel's never going to be able to be monetized, but I still want to finish the projects that I started. So what we have going on right now, there's 2 major projects on this channel that I want to do something with. Sorry, I'm monitoring myself in the recording software, and it's a little hard because it's reversed. There are 2 major projects I want to finish on this channel, which is, of course, the 30 Plus Films of Scooby-Doo and Look Up on the Screen. 30 Plus continues working in the background. Right now, I have 2 episodes off to the editors. I haven't heard any updates from them yet, which is fine. I still have to pay them, honestly, for that. One of the ones that I'm having edited has storyline bits, which I still need to write, but those I can edit myself, and we'll get it in there, out there, because, once again, we're getting crossovers again in this one. Of the remaining films that are left, the crossovers that will be included will be the very next video, which will be Scooby-Doo and WWE Curse of the Speed Demon. And then there's The Sword and the Scoob. And then, straight out of nowhere, the Scooby-Doo and Courage the Cowardly Dog crossover movie, which we will be covering there. As far as scripts go, we are up to... I have reached, in terms of scripts, I have reached film number 30. I have reached and completed the script for, God help us, Return to Zombie Island. Yeah, for those of you who have been worried that the 30 plus videos have been kind of light, which has just been basic joke, recap joke, sort of whatnot type things, I have things to say. I have things to say about both Curse of the 13th Ghost and Return to Zombie Island. I mean, wow. And it is like a contrast between night and day where those 2 are concerned. It's amazing. It is amazing. It amazed me. Let me put it to you this way. I did 7... the average script for The average script for 30 plus films tends to run about 6 to 7 pages. I think I got like 9 pages out of Curse of the 13th Ghost and 6 out of Return to Zombie Island, because honestly, there's not a lot in terms of actual plot that happens in Return to Zombie Island, but there's plenty to talk about. Don't worry about that. So we're up to there. That means at this point, I only have 6 more scripts to get done. And I don't know if next year there's even going to be a Scooby movie coming out because of all the bullshit that's happening at Warner Brothers. Word came down that they were working on, that they had a script for the next Scooby-Doo movie that was ready to go, which was going to be Scooby-Doo and the Haunted High-Rise, which was going to feature the return of the Hex Girls after a very long absence. But apparently, that was one... Pardon me. But apparently, that was one of the projects that Zaslav shit-canned. Now, the good news about this is, at least in terms of cancellation, was a script was written, but they hadn't even gotten to the major production phase. I don't even think voices had been fully recorded yet. So they never even made it to, like, storyboards or anything like that. So, yeah. So, Scooby-Doo and the Haunted High-Rise got shut down, which presumably was going to be the one scheduled for release for 2024, or at least one of them. I mean, they've kind of gone back to annual releases rather than one a year rather than 2 a year recently over that. So we may not get a Scooby movie in 2024. I don't know. I have no clue. But if we do, I will cover it. But in terms of, like, the storyline stuff, we might, if there isn't one next year, I'm going to have to make a trip out to LA. I'm either going to have to go to LA myself, go back to LA myself to record story bits with Miss Nightmare, because because I plan on her being involved in this. I'm waiting to see if there's any sort of announcement for a 2024 Scooby movie. I don't think there will be one, but I want to make sure before I commit to whichever it is, because the last one, storyline-wise, will be another crossover between me and Miss Nightmare. That's always been the plan. Which right now is looking like it's Scooby-Doo and Crypto 2, which we'll see what happens there. So, what is left of 30-plus films of Scooby-Doo in terms of scripting? Scoob, it gets in on a technicality. It will be justified as a technicality, because even though it was meant for theatrical release and it's 3D animated, it did basically just go straight to streaming. It counts as a home release. I'm counting it. People want to talk about it. I have things to say about it. So yeah, we are going to talk about Scoob. We will talk about Scoob when we get there. We will talk about Scoob next, after Zombie Island. We're actually going to split things up a little bit. Even though Curse of the 13th Ghost, Return to Zombie Island, and Happy Halloween Scooby-Doo are all technically part of a trilogy of stories, we're going to just go in release order. We're going to go to Scoob, and then we'll go to Happy Halloween Scooby-Doo. After Happy Halloween Scooby-Doo comes The Sword and the Scoob. Then we have Straight Outta Nowhere. Then we have Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo. And then finally we have Scooby-Doo and Crypto 2. So there's 6 scripts left to be written. If you want to know what's going on there crossover-wise, Sword and the Scoob, Phoenix, my co-host on Saturday Supercade, she has been wanting to do a video with me for a while now. She's British, and it's King Arthur themed, so it seemed appropriate to do the Sword and the Scoob with her. The cartoon hero, or Hero of Tomorrow, cartoon hero guy, not Eli. His name is Eli. I don't know if he still uses the alias. I got to check with him on that before I start writing the script. He has already sent me his notes for Straight Outta Nowhere, so that's just waiting for me to get there. I'm waiting on Phoenix's notes for The Sword and the Scoob. And then whatever the last one is, and right now that's tentatively Scooby-Doo and Crypto 2 I'll be doing with Miss Nightmare. Either I'll go out there or I'll have her come out here and we'll figure something out. Sure. Why not? Anyway, so that's what's going on there. Fun. It's, of course, the Miss Nightmare one will really depend on whether or not we do get a Scooby movie for 2024. Again, I don't think we're going to. I think this is going to be the first year that we've skipped since 2003 that there hasn't been a new Scooby movie out. in any form. So yeah. Anyway, so that's where 30 Plus stands. Will I continue 30 Plus after we get done with whatever turns out to be the final one sometime next year? Yes. I'll just do a straight up, there just won't be any storyline involved. It'll be the usual voiceover format that the others have been, and I'll just review them as they come out. Maybe wait a month before, maybe wait a couple of weeks or something to actually release the video. But yeah, as soon as one comes out, I will get a copy. I will watch it. I will put my notes together, and we'll probably still continue putting up 30 Plus for as long as it keeps going on. Look up on the screen, however, once we get done with the main story chunks of 30 Plus, I'll be going back to Look Up on the Screen. Now, the main reason that I kind of petered out on Look Up on the Screen was because, honestly, I felt like I was shortchanging everybody. Because I had a lot of stuff that I was talking about in the early episodes of Look Up on the Screen, which was great, until I got to Superman Returns, because nearly all the information that I had found, the research material I had been using, which was primarily from the book Superman vs. Hollywood, which cuts off right as Superman Returns, which because of the publication date, ended pretty much like just before Superman Returns was supposed to come out. So there was a lot of interesting information there that I was able to use and spread out and relate and rework and everything into the new ones. And while I've done some decent talks about, things like, I did stuff like, was Superman Returns the most recent? No, I did Superman Doomsday, where I talked about the actual storyline and the adaptation thereof, and my own opinions on that, and that's fine. But beyond that, it was in danger of turning back into the joke recap review format, and I didn't want to do that. I've never wanted to do that with Look Up on the Screen. However, as it turns out, I found a new source for material. This happened yesterday. I went to the bookstore. I went to my local Barnes & Noble and was looking in their film section, just looking for something interesting to read, and I found a book called Voices from Krypton, which basically is the most up-to-date stuff about Superman media in general. Okay? So I'm going to get a copy of that book, and hopefully I'll be able to get some more stuff and get some more ideas of what to do with these Look Up on the Screens going forward. So hopefully it'll give me some ideas, some inspirations. I have a few other books on Kindle that I bought, but, it's just trying to find it, and there's some that are really, really dry. So, I'm just I'll try to get that figured out. So Look Up on the Screen will continue once we get the biggest chunk of 30 Plus. Once we get to the quote-unquote end of 30 Plus, we'll get back to Look Up on the Screen. There are people who keep asking me, are you going to do a Batman retrospective? I will not do a Batman retrospective. Okay? Batman is overexposed. You want a Batman retrospective? You do the Batman retrospective. Okay? There are over 45 solo Batman films, starting all the way with the original serials and all the way up to the present day, because DC and Warner Brothers have milked Batman to death. You may have noticed that they seem to have realized that maybe Batman's just a tad overexposed, because they're kind of trying to push Superman some more, if you haven't noticed recently. So, yeah. And good for them, because right now, at this time in history, I think we need Superman a little bit more than we need Batman. We need more Superman representation than we need Batman representation. So, that's my opinion. That's my 2 cents on the matter. So, Look Up on the Screen will continue after that. When I reach the ends of wherever, pretty much, once I reach the ends of those 2 series and have the majority of them down, I will probably continue to put out new videos when new movies come out. For a while, anyway. But pretty much once those 2 series are done, this channel will essentially be archival. I probably will not be doing anything else on this channel except the Saturday Supercade streams. And I don't even know how long I'll be doing that for. Don't get me wrong, I like doing the streams, I like hanging out with Phoenix, but I'm not really getting a lot of traction on it, not getting a lot of views. It's fun, and I appreciate the people who show up week after week, but, I don't know how long I'm going to do it for. I'm not saying I'm done streaming, but, I could just decide to stop one day with that. It's not a priority. It's just something I do for fun. And it gives me an excuse to play video games. But that channel will mostly become archival. I am trying to make the shift over to the essay channel, which, if you don't know, is at Aaron Mills Essays here on YouTube. I have about 12 or 13. How many do I have up? One second. I got my thing. I got my thing here. One of the advantages of being on the computer. I've got 14, technically 15 videos, because there's an older video I did for a management training class I did years ago, but I still like that video. It's kind of fun. So there's about 15 videos up there right now of essays. Essays I try to keep to around a maximum of 10 to 12 minutes. Maybe 15 at the outside, but definitely not like hardcore things in there. The essay channel I'm trying to pivot to be the main channel once I get all of this done. So if you haven't subscribed over there, please go over there and subscribe at Aaron Mills Essays. I could really use the views. I could use the subscriptions over there. I know that I've got over 5,000 subscribers here, but that's over 12 years. I've been on YouTube now for 12 years, and I've got just over 5,000 subscribers, yes, but I'm pretty sure about half of those at least don't even come to this channel anymore, thanks to the way YouTube's been doing things. So there's a bunch of them who probably just stopped watching and never bothered, or just left YouTube altogether and didn't bother unsubscribing or whatever. But yeah, so yeah, go over to the essay channel. I'm doing good stuff over there. I do have a huge project that I am planning. I want to try to up the production value for it. I still need to write a bunch of it. It's going to be a massive video on Archie Comics. I have one segment that I was able to put together as a proof of concept that is up there right now on the 3 on a Soda image. If you don't know what that is, that's basically the image that everybody associates with Archie Comics. Archie, Betty, and Veronica all sucking on the milkshake, each with their own straw. That I talk about that one a little bit. This Archie project is going to be massive, but the way I've formatted it, you will not need to watch all of it all at once. If the way I have structured this thing is correct, and I donate 5 minutes to each topic, this video is going to be a minimum of 6 hours long. So if you guys like super long form content in there, but it will be structured in such a way that you are not required, nor do you have to watch the entire thing or every segment. You will be able to skip around to stuff that interests you more, that you may find more interesting to talk about. You will not have to do that. I have structured this. I have thought about the structure of this thing a lot and how I want to do it. I would like it to be a long video, but I want to have it so it's not overwhelming. Okay, great. Essay channel. Second, Madam Grindhouse. Madam Grindhouse has not been abandoned. It's just a matter of me being able to get money together to pay Julie to do the voice work. Also, to pay Moonpez to get some new poses. So please, if you haven't, donate to the Patreon so I can pay both of them and make that show better. Please? I would appreciate it. Patreon.com/DubiousCon, DUBIUSKHAN. Please, I really do. Julie deserves the payment. I would like to actually be able to pay Julie more for their work voicing Madam Grindhouse. I would like to pay Moonpez more so I can get more artwork, more poses for Madam Grindhouse from her. I am working on getting a new background for the Roxy in the videos over there. If you follow me on Twitter or Blue Sky, Shallow15 at both, you will have seen some artwork that I commissioned of Madam Grindhouse from Bevan Brand, who is a professional storyboard artist. She did work on Equestria Girls, which is one of my favorite cartoons, and you all know that. So I asked her if she would be willing to, how much she would like for a background drawing, because I was so impressed with the thing in there. Now she's told me she's more of a character designer, and she's going to get back to me on that. But I would like to just get a new background, because the one I'm using is basically just, honestly, it's just a stock photo of a movie theater run through a few dozen filters and twisted and stuff, and it's okay, but it's not great, and I would rather get something that's a little more of what I'm in the mood, what I want. So that's what I would like to do there. I would really like to do that there. So subscribe to Madam Grindhouse. I've figured out what I'm going to do. I'm going to try next year, starting in January 2024, probably mid to late January 2024. Going to try to get one episode of Madam Grindhouse up every month. I can't do a bi-weekly. I can't do everything that I'm doing right now and get it up bi-weekly, because I have to write the script. Julie has to record it. And then I'm the one who edits all the Madam Grindhouse episodes, because that's something that's a little more involved than the usual formats for like 30 plus or look up on the screen. So I don't really want to farm that out to other people just yet until I got a really good solid idea of what the show is and what it's going to be. We're still in the early episode weirdness stage, where we're just trying a bunch of stuff, seeing what sticks, what works, what people like, what people don't like. Check those out over there. There are 2 episodes up, The Ms. 45 and the Blood Drive episode 1 reviews are up. Also, with Madam Grindhouse, given the nature of the programming and dealing with YouTube, I have decided that as a Patreon bonus, anyone who donates to the Patreon gets the uncut and uncensored Madam Grindhouse episodes. The Ms. 45 one up there has a whole bunch of stuff that had to get cut out because it kept triggering copyright bots, and I was trying desperately to make sure that, it would be visible. Blood Drive is largely there, but if you want a version without all the filters and bullshit, that'll be up there too. That's up there as well on Patreon. There are movies that I'm planning on. There are movies and media that I'm planning on covering which have a lot of nudity. In fact, the very next one is going to be one of the TNA flicks of the late 70s that came out in the wake of Animal House. That's going to be the next one, and I have no intention of censoring that for anyone who likes that sort of thing. So the uncensored version will be available on Patreon when that goes up in January. A censored version will go up on YouTube. So if you would like to see everything, check out, donate to the Patreon to get the uncut and uncensored versions of Madam Grindhouse. Finally, 4th channel. This one just went up. This is one of the ones that for right now is updated on the whenever the hell I can do something for it schedule. But there are 2 videos up right now. I've decided to try out doing some analog horror. I'm not going to be cute about it. I'm not going to be one of those channels that just puts it up and tries to keep up the full illusion. No, I'm going the Linkar route. This is an analog horror series. There's no ARG elements. There's nothing like that. This is just going to be kind of a epistolary story told of what's going on. The Kosmic Korners Drive-In Archive. It is the story of the Kosmic Korners Drive-In. I can't give away too much, obviously, because that's part of the fun of an analog horror series, just seeing what the hell is going on unfold. But it is the story of the Kosmic Korners Drive-In, whose history is fairly checkered, and which, through various things you're going to find out, videos made by the supposed person who is uploading everything, some news reports, some of the actual promotional reels from the Kosmic Korners, for example, a pre-show and an intermission reel are both up right now, and everything that led up to the unexplained circumstances that caused the Kosmic Korners to close for good in 1991. So check that out. I've started a couple of them, and people seem to like it, those who have found it. So subscribe over there too, if you'd like analog horror, would like to see. My goal is to see if we could actually do analog horror without relying over much on VHS, because that's kind of the default for analog horror. I was more looking at, could we do something with actual film, per se? Not, actual film, but could we do something in that and change the way it works and maybe move throughout the history, move throughout the timing, so we can do stuff, maybe do so the Kosmic Korners thing that right now the ones up are intended to be roughly from 1978. We'll be doing stuff from the 80s, stuff from the 60s, stuff from the 50s, stuff from the 40s, maybe, because Well, it'd mostly be the 50s, because I've established, in the timeline of events, this I can tell you, which isn't really a big spoiler, I established that the Cosmic Korners opened in 1949 and lasted until 1991. So, we'll see what happens. If you like analog horror, check it out. I think you'll enjoy the Cosmic Korners Drive-In archive. I'm very proud of it. I think I'm thinking onto a winner here. If we can just gain some traction. So those are the 4 channels. That's what I've been doing. 2 videos up on Kosmic Korners, 2 videos up on Madam Grindhouse, 15 on the SA channel, and work proceeds apace to get back to 30 plus films of Scooby-Doo. When will 30 plus films of Scooby-Doo come out? I just realized I didn't talk about that. They will come out when they're done. And when I mean they're done, when I have a good chunk of the remaining videos edited, done, ready to go, so we can get back to the original release schedule, which will be on the 15th and 30th of each month. I don't know when that will be. I'm hoping no later than February. Maybe start in February, March at the absolute latest. I'm hoping, not wood. That's why I'm focusing more on getting scripts written right now rather than worrying about actual production. I record script. The solo ones are easy. I write the script. I record the script. I upload everything so that my editors can do stuff, but I still need to pay the editors and all that, so that's all there. Anyway, so that's what's going on. That's what's going to go on. Once 30 plus, the main thrust of 30 plus and look up on the screen are done, this channel goes largely archival unless a new Superman or Scooby-Doo movie comes out, in which case we will definitely talk about that. I'm actually kind of hoping that if all goes well, I'm hoping that I can get 30 plus wrapped up by summer of 2024. And then spend the next year doing Look Up on the Screen and maybe get that done just in time for Superman Legacy to come out in 2025. That's what I'm hoping. But, that's long-term planning. So we'll see how that works. Otherwise, I will get essay videos up as I can. Work on the Archie video and all that and everything. A few other things coming here or there. There's going to be some fun stuff coming. I hope you'll subscribe for all of it. Not just the stuff that I do here, but over on the Essay channel, once again, at Aaron Mills Essays, over on the Madam Grindhouse channel, at Madam Grindhouse, and at the Cosmic Korners channel. That is at Kosmic Korners, KosmicKorners. Cosmic Korners with a K, with K's for both Cosmic and Korners is as the first letters of the word. All right? I think that will do it. Thank you so much for your patience. I appreciate all of you who have stuck around and are waiting patiently for the new stuff to come out. I've made updates on the community tab. I just figured it was time to do another video. Just so everybody knows, no, I haven't quit. I haven't stopped. I'm not just doing streaming. Things are being worked on in the background. All right. We will talk to you. Those of you who come to the channel frequently, I will see you on Saturday for this week's Saturday Supercade, where we continue the big con. And, have a good day, guys. Have a good week. And happy holidays. Bye.